Like a championship mixed doubles pairing, Rod Laver and Margaret Court have delighted millions of fans side by side. But now the grand lady of this partnership is being transformed with a covered canopy that will keep her at the forefront of stadium innovation. The Western Precinct component of the Victorian Government's $366 million first stage of the Melbourne Park Redevelopment breathes new life into Margaret Court Arena, creating a functional all-weather venue for this busy sports and entertainment precinct.
Well, clearly its first function is as the Margaret Court Arena is during the Australian Open. It will be another Grand Slam venue. But while the tennis is not being played, it's a requirement that the facility can also be used for netball, for basketball, and also for a number of concerts and public festivals. So really the building has to be able to sort of operate in a huge range of modes with different client requirements, different crowd requirements, different technical requirements. And for designers and builders, that's a remarkably complex challenge.
Delivering this complex design was made all the more challenging for the project team, having to work in close proximity to what is the world's second highest grossing concert arena.
Constraints can actually be a really good thing in design. They can help you make decisions. Sometimes when you've got a blank canvas, it can be extremely challenging to make that first decision. So having those constraints has actually helped us narrow and focus our attention.
And not only are we building it right next to Laver Arena, Laver still has to continue to function, not just for the Australian Open, but for the wonderful concerts and events that go on there as well. So it is like those sort of olden days when people used to build ships inside a bottle. It is a bit like that, and as designers we have to think about all those issues.
You know, having to work around not only that, but also the 300 plus significant sized events happening in the precinct every year. There's something on nearly every day here.
The revolutionised Margaret Court Arena will shout its point of difference from the rooftops, quite literally presenting a new face to the Melbourne and Olympic Park precinct's image by the air, while complementing the nearby Rod Laver Arena.
We've designed what we see as a remarkable roof. It's made from copper penny, and the decision to use copper penny was based on this idea. When you looked at all the other buildings along the river, you saw sandstone and zinc and copper and all these materials which were about long-term history. They were about things that lasted for a long time. So we thought the Margaret Court Arena should be something more than just a sort of utilitarian sports building. It should be a major piece of Melbourne architecture.
It's a very radical decision, I think, to do this, but really exciting. And the new roof that's going over Margaret Court has picked up some of the Melbourne tradition of the metal roofs, rather than following the tradition of the white roofs that's typically been here. And it's probably the first step that will change the nature of the precinct.
Margaret Court Arena will be in use for AO 2013, before emerging from another 2 years of careful construction, ready for AO 2015. A new 7,500 seat capacity, confirming its new place as one of the city's most distinguished boutique venues.
Yeah, so next year is all about the roof for us. So basically now that we've got the shutdown period for the AO, we're prefabricating the roof elements off-site. As soon as we get access after the AO, we're in erecting those roof elements, getting the fixed and the operable roof elements on the facility. 3
covered venues, a world first, entrenching Melbourne and Olympic Park's preeminent position and making sure the Happy Slam can stay just that, by solving an age-old problem for tennis.
It actually enables us now, if we won't have it, but if we did, 2 weeks of rain or 2 weeks of unbelievable heat, we could finish the tournament on 3 courts. Now it'll mean playing all day and night if we had to, but we can now, which is fantastic.